Good day, folks. Welcome to Monitoring and Evaluation Made Simple. I'm your host, Coach Alexander. I'm so glad that you've joined me today because now we'll be continuing on the 7-part series, How to Monitor and Evaluate a Project. Okay, so this is part 2 of the series, and I hope you enjoy it. But before we go any further, as usual, I want to encourage all of you who've not yet downloaded these freebies. I call them freebies because they are totally free. Please do well to download them. One, you have the M&E Beginner's Guide 2020. Then the second one is the LFA Analysis Step-by-Step Guide. Two very important books, especially for the beginners. Please do well to download them. The link is in the description. Then there's this course, and I have to tell you guys, this is my best course out of all the courses I've done. It is the step-by-step on how to develop an M&D system, okay? And so far it has received good ratings, I must say. And it is one of the most cheapest courses you would get out there. So please enroll in it. It's only $13. It could even be less depending on how the Udemy algorithm behaves on a certain day. Okay, now this is a long video, so please do well to take full advantage of the timestamps in the description below, because you may not want to watch the whole video because you've got a busy schedule, so you just want to skip to the parts of the video that are most important to you. So take full advantage of the timestamps so that you derive the maximum benefit from this tutorial. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into business, shall we? Okay, so the first step when you're doing monitoring and evaluation activities, you need to undertake a desk review. So this desk review is simply you reading all the project documents, okay? And the project document really details what the project is about. So you really need to understand what the vision of the project is. You need to understand its objectives, okay? You need to clearly understand these things. So why is it important, okay? You have to really know from the onset what it is you're going to be measuring. From an M&D perspective, that is what we need to know. Because from the onset, when we are sure of what a project is trying to achieve, it immediately clicks into our mind that indeed we have to be measuring this aspect. And because of that, we'll already begin thinking on how best we're going to capture this information. So in my personal experience, that's what I normally do. And there are so many different projects out there in the world that are achieving different things. But one of the most common ones is, for instance, does the project want to end poverty? Yes, I've seen a lot of projects that are being implemented that want to end poverty. Then you've also got those projects that want to improve incomes, and other projects want to also end gender-based violence, and so on and so forth. It's not limited to these three, but I've seen a lot of them. So as an M&D professional, that is really key. And the moment you determine what it is it's trying to achieve, then you'll find that as you read through the document, you get to tie the dots and get a clear picture of how you're going to collect this information, analyze it, and report on it. Okay, so then you need to, this is something I always talk about, and I'm sure for those of you who've been on this channel for a pretty long time, I started this channel back in, let's see, it was 2016. Yeah, should it be 20? Yeah, I think it was 2016. Yeah, you see, the thing is that it's all about understanding fully what the project is about, okay? And in understanding that, you need to understand how much resources is dedicated to monitoring and evaluation. This becomes very important. because one of the things I've seen is that if you have a project that has deliberately put a budget for M&E, know that, and I'm telling you the truth, guys, know that you won't face any problems when it comes to implementation because your budget is there. Okay, so nobody is going to question you, why are you doing this particular activity? Because the budget is there, it's been planned for, and it is ready to be used. Okay, and you just have to use it. But if a project doesn't have a budget, okay, not even a small budget for M&E, and they tell you that it is hidden in quality assurance or anything like that, know that you're going to sometimes have to do a lot of convincing on why you should undertake certain M&D activities. Okay, but in my own personal view, every project should put M&E. It is just the rule of thumb. Okay, so now, like I mentioned earlier on, I thought of giving you a practical example of what I mean when I say you need to determine the objectives of a project. So there's a project I actually downloaded over the internet, and just give me a few seconds. We open that document and try to analyze this document, because this is actually the document we'll be using in the the next few videos that's going to talk about how to monitor and evaluate. So just give me a few seconds. Hi guys, welcome back to the document I was talking about. And I got this document over the internet. All right, there are so many documents on the internet, so I'd encourage you to snoop around, satisfy yourself. Okay, so this one is the Earthen Architecture World Heritage Program 2007-2017. Okay, so this was a project by UNESCO. Okay, so they even said, well, they even say World Heritage Earthen Architecture Program project document running from 2009. Okay, no, it's not 20, it's 2009 to 2017. Okay, so what I normally do, like if I don't have time, I'll just peruse through the project, and this is what I usually do. I'll just go run through the project and just try to appreciate, okay, what is it about, how much funding is there. Okay, funding sources, okay, they give you Government of France, World Heritage Fund. Okay, and then they give you the estimated budget. Okay, all right, then the executive summary is one of the most important parts of a project document you can read. Okay, and as you can see, they are saying ethnic change is one of the most powerful expressions of the human ability to create a built environment with the locally available resources. Ethnic architecture is characterized by a very rich and varied architectural and urban production. Okay, so you get to read what it is. Okay, so then you go to the aim. This is very important. So like I was saying, that you want to get to understand what exactly is this program trying to achieve. So it says the aim of the program is to develop appropriate methods and techniques for improving the conservation and the management of the different typologies of Earthen architecture. Okay, so I'm new to this, all right, and I definitely would have to do a lot of reading to fully understand this. But you can already see that in the executive summary, there's something you can derive from. You can really appreciate what it is they are trying to achieve. Okay, so this is a good document. So now, like I earlier mentioned, you get to understand what their objectives are. But what I normally do, I just scroll down the document looking for this guy. the logical framework, all right, which I'm going to talk about in the coming parts of this series. Okay, so and see, this is the beauty of all of this. When you have a logical framework, life becomes so easy for we, the M&D experts, because everything is spelled out, all right? They give you the objectives. What's the objective? To improve the management and conservation of earth and architectural properties. Then what are the indicators? Conservation and management activities are implemented, contribution to the improvement, all these activities, I mean these indicators. Then you've got also indicators here, number of studies at sites and evaluations of past interventions undertaken. So you can already see that things just fall into place when you just go to the logical framework. And this is what I like to do. Personally, I'll just go to the log frame and just have a brief understanding of what it is trying to do. Okay, so after you do that, then there is another stage to it. So for now, in this part 2 of this series, we're going to end here for today, but join me again as we look at this program document and see, after you've now analyzed the objectives of this project, what is the next stage in the monitoring and evaluation cycle. So I've been your host, Coach Alexander. Until we meet again, see you on the other side. Bye.